these songs in a long time. These are from my solo record. Not really a solo record, but a collaboration with Billy Moeller called the Jimmy Chamberlain Complex. So yeah, I haven't played this stuff for a while, but it's really kind of fun stuff to play at a clinic. It's not too poppy. But I do have some stuff prepared to talk about somewhere up here. I thought, rather than coming here and grievously demonstrating my chops, that's a joke.
I got it.
Right? You got it, right? I like that guy. That I would try to do something a little bit on the educational side as well. So I took some time this last week, which was a bit of a hectic week for us. We had 2 new additions to my family. In addition to my two kids, Lucas and Audrey, and my dog Grady, we added 2 new cats. The Wizard, right? And the other one doesn't have a name yet. So today, I'm going to set this here so I don't skip anything. I picked 3 subjects that I thought we could all kind of get into along with the playing. How many people are drummers here? Okay, yeah, enough for my big plan. No, I'm just kidding. So the first kind of topic I wanted to talk about is success, and this kind of relates to everybody. You don't have to be a drummer to kind of deal with this. It deals in I wanted to talk about our own perception of ourselves when it comes to success, and our ability as musicians to change others' perceptions through music. So I wanted to talk about sex as it relates to us as musicians and as people. Ow. Right. This is going to be fun, right? This is the serious part, by the way. So this is kind of what I wrote. I didn't memorize it because I didn't have a lot of time, but I'll just read what I wrote. For me, everything in my life is tied to playing music. There's a direct connection between how I feel about myself as a drummer, writer, arranger, and how I feel as a person. I don't just mean emotionally, I mean physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Everything in my life ties into music. And by that I mean if I have a good day writing a new song, it usually means that I'll have a good day relating with other people that day. If I have a good practice session and I have a little more serenity in my life. And what I don't mean is that if I have a bad day in the studio that I go and kind of beat my kids and yell and scream that nobody's any good. It just means that everything's kind of directly related to the effort that I put into what I do, which is playing the drums. As long as I put in the effort, things seem to go well. Does anybody know who Billy Ward is? Yeah, Billy Ward is a good friend of mine and a fantastic drummer. He just wrote a book. What's the name of the book you just wrote? He doesn't know. Oh, okay, well, I don't know either. I can't remember, but it's a wonderful book, and it's about everything that kind of happens when you're not playing the drums. And I'm sure they probably have it at the store, and if they don't, I'll think of the name before the session, before the clinic's over, and we'll talk about it at the autograph stand. But he says when things are looking down for him, he plays his drums, and somehow things always get better. And I don't think this really just applies to drums. I think everything we do in our life, our quality of life is directly proportionate to the effort we are putting into our lives. Does everybody agree with that? Yeah. And what I mean is, however hard we're working at whatever it is we're working at, and I don't mean just music, I mean everything, is proportionate to the quality of life we're having. And I mean in everything. I mean, I grew up, my father used to go to work, he worked on the railroad, and he would go to work happy every day. And I think what I took from that was, we need to find something to do. And I'm not here to tell everybody to play music. I just say anything you do, make sure that you can be happy doing it, and make sure you know that when you've achieved a level of success, you don't just kind of pass it by because you haven't formulated an idea of what success looks like to you. This is kind of funny. I read on the internet, so we all know it's true, right? That the number one thing that the Fortune 400 executives had in common was exercise. The number one thing that tied all those guys together was exercise. The guys who were on the top, the guys who took all our money, the top executives, those guys, the guys who owe us money now. But I thought that was interesting that their perception of themselves, having achieved their level of greatness, that they had mustered up enough of self-respect, be it real or not, to think that they deserve to be healthy. And I think we can learn a lesson from that. I think we need to find things in our life that enables us to feel like we deserve to feel good. And I just happen to play the drums, and that's what does it for me. But I've seen people go to work in car washes who are happier than people with millions of dollars, and I've seen people walk off stages at stadiums miserable, and I've seen people playing in smoky clubs who are just lighting up the room with joy. And I think the difference is that those people know what success looks like to them. They know what it feels like to succeed, and they're happy having done that. And I think, am I making sense? Yeah. This is my motivational speak that I'm talking about here. But really, seriously, from a purely spiritual standpoint, the things that are going on around us right now, we need to find something that we can that makes us all feel good about ourselves and makes us feel like we deserve to feel good. Because a lot of people don't think they deserve it. And I'm telling you that you all deserve to feel good. You all deserve the highest level of love and the highest level of respect. And whether it's through music or not, you can all achieve that by formulating a vision of what success looks like to you. Maybe success, and I've had lots of levels of success. I've had the old standing on stage type success in front of millions of people, but I've also had that moment in my basement where I've learned that particular movement or that particular fill that I can remember just as clearly as those big moments on stage. So whether it's, playing, sorry, I'm very nervous, but whether it's playing with Steely Dan or playing, with Joe's bar band, I mean, we can all find some happiness as long as we know that we're doing the best we can do, right? Yes. Yeah. It's quality, not quantity. And as Robert Plant once poignantly said, it's the music that makes the master, right? Does he say that? Probably. Just to kind of further drive the point home. Sometimes, as a young drummer, for me, my ultimate goal wasn't ever to be in the Smashing Pumpkins or to be a famous rock band. My thing was I wanted to be on the cover of Modern Drummer. That for me was the only thing there really was, aside from Downbeat, which would be a terrific honor, but would take a whole nother lifetime for me, where I sit now, to get on that cover. But, I've seen a lot of guys who have what appears to be a great life and appears to be successful, that are miserable. And like I said, I've seen a lot of guys that you would think are miserable that are actually full of joy. So we only have our own experience. We can't live anybody else's experience. We can't look at Joe Blow and go, Joe Blow's got a nicer car, or John the neighbor's got a hot wife and a sweet bank account. Because only they can enjoy that. We can't enjoy it with them. We can't enjoy it for them. We can only enjoy our own experience. It's our own singular experience that we can enjoy. So we need to make ours a good one, in not a selfish way, but in a spiritually selfish way, so we can reward ourselves for the great things that we do in life. And whether that's practicing an extra 15 minutes or being nice to your kid or writing something down that means something to you or just doing a good job in general, I think we all need to be aware of that in order to get our current situation as a society. I think we'll move forward if everybody can realize those points, that we all deserve to be happy no matter what kind of Uncle Sam tells us that we deserve, Because really, on a fundamental level, we all deserve to smile. We all deserve to be able to formulate an opinion of what joy looks like and experience that joy, whether it be playing music or digging a ditch. It doesn't really matter as long as we can enjoy it. So that's my rant. I'm going to play another song now.